Back at the Palace, let's take a look at our Bud Light starting lineups. Up front, Jefferson, Prince, as we said, Collins, Robinson, Martin, and Wallace. In the backcourts, Kittles and Hamilton, Billups, and Jason Kidd. And it didn't take long for the Nets to get started.
The scrum off the center jump, and Jason Kidd, like in the opening, seeing the play before it happens with a throw it down by Kenyon Martin.
So Kenyon Martin gives the Nets the 2-point lead, and here they come in a hurry.
Well, the Nets got to work with us a little bit, don't they? They got to wait for that.
They're not waiting for anything right now.
They don't wait.
They proved that in game 1. In the first quarter, they didn't wait around either.
In talking to Byron Scott about the adjustments for this game, and now that Tayshaun Prince is in the starting lineup, Richard Jefferson will be matched up with him. Scott likes that matchup. He wants more out of his centers. Needs to execute better on the set offense to get cleaner looking shots, and then more of Jason Kidd. Why would you ever take him out of the game?
Here's Rip Hamilton on the baseline, and a rebound all alone is Collins.
So you see 4 guys getting back for Detroit, not letting him get the ball off and go. Detroit needs to do some of that.
And Jason Kidd knocks down a 3.
2 straight games. Put the crowd back in their seats. These are fantastic fans here in Detroit, and they are so ready, so pumped, but nothing to cheer about yet.
Sort of deflates their thunder sticks. Here's Hamilton inside. That'll wake him up a little bit.
And New Jersey right up the backside in transition after a made basket.
Well, not only with Jason Kidd do you have to get back on D, you got to have your head on a swivel, too.
Terry Kittles almost got that to drop. Collins goes back up and scores.
Jason Collins and Aaron Williams did not have major statistical contributions from game 1, a total of 8 points. But Jason Collins did have 10 rebounds. There's another one here on the offensive end.
Collins actually out-rebounded Wallace in the first half of game 1 on Sunday.
But it was a record-setting performance by Wallace in the second half.
And a foul on the shot. As you saw, Tayshaun Prince hitting his forearm, and he was hit on the forearm by Richard Jefferson.
Well, we talk about Detroit all the time and how they can struggle in the half court, and they can, but give credit to New Jersey's defense. They're a very good, very athletic team, and in the half court, they are tough to score against.
Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Guys, Tayshaun Prince starting. Rick Carlisle wanting more aggressiveness from that small forward position. Richard Jefferson obviously had a very big game. They want Tayshaun Prince to use his whole skill level. Drive the ball, use his post-up moves, and most importantly, create plays for others. They thought he held the ball way too much in game 1, guys.
He got 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Tayshaun Prince started 5 games early in the season.
Didn't work out very well.
No, so they put him back on the bench. Michael Curry, much more of a steady player at that point, but Tayshaun Prince has come alive here. Jefferson unable to convert.
And Wallace clears the glass as he does so often.
We see all 4 guys back, and no one's running. I mean, Detroit's got to see if they can get some easy buckets in the open court, too, because if they're just going to live in the half court, they're going to struggle again.
Here's Prince against Jefferson. The kick out to Billups. And now Hamilton with the outside jumper, and Rip Hamilton knocks down his second basket.
What Detroit really needs is someone who can distribute the ball. They've got some shooters, but all their guys tend to create for themselves.
They did not have an assist in the fourth quarter on Sunday. Of course, they only had 2 field goals, but Rip Hamilton did both of those by himself. Kidd misses outside, Prince a rebound.
They're just going to give him a steady diet at Tayshaun Prince. Now, everybody else has to cut, too, and this guy's got to maybe hit a bucket.
Oh, big one there. Clifford Robinson, who's been sort of non-existent, knocks down a 3.
Well, 8 for his last 40.
He's never been a playoff producer. This is his golden opportunity to rectify that. 37 years old now, Clifford Robinson. Much better in the regular season.
This will add a foul. Last trip down.
Finally,
good movement by the Pistons.
Some ball movement as everybody getting involved. Chauncey Billups needs to have that big offensive output that you talked about, Tom, but his willingness to give it up will get the other guys moving more.
Jefferson behind Collins and barely moves the net.
Well, Richard Jefferson's game has just blossomed over the last year and a half. He was very good last year, continues to get better, and that's the reason he was asked to be on the qualifying team this summer with some of the greatest players in the game.
You think they'll qualify, right?
Look at the pass ahead, broken up by Robinson.
I think me and you could play, and we could probably qualify. Not play a lot, though, just kind of be on the team.
Let's not go that far.
Here's Billups missing a three. Kenyon Martin flies in for the rebound.
Once again, you're noticing, though, when Jason Kidd gets past half court, there are 4 white jerseys they're waiting for.
Nice pass, Martin.
Jefferson hit his last one. This one's off the mark, and Wallace one-hands the rebound.
The perimeter jumper, when that is going down for Richard Jefferson, New Jersey is very, very tough to beat. But the inconsistency, remember, he's a guy who's relied on remarkable athleticism through most of his career.
Billups looking for a pick. 4 on the shot clock. Now trying to go through everybody. Martin stays with him.
Got to go if you're New Jersey. Billups is down. He's slow to get up. How is that ankle?
Kidd, knowing he's got numbers, backpedals and fires himself, but he missed the shot.
Imagine if Jason Kidd could shoot.
He has those nights when it works, but he's a 41% field goal shooter on the season and in the playoffs.
They're not even guarding Ben Wallace out on the perimeter.
Would you?
No, but why would he handle it out there if you're not going to be able to shoot it?
Robinson hit a 3 earlier. He misses this 2-pointer.
What a suck kid. Sometimes you bring your big guy out just to open up driving lanes for your smaller guy so Jason Collins isn't standing there.
Robinson bumping Martin a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds to the nets.
But unlike Dennis Rodman, who played very similarly to Ben Wallace, Wallace doesn't know how to create offensive space and positioning for his teammates.
Jefferson throws his shoulder into Prince. Goes up over Wallace.
Offensive foul. Richard Jefferson was too early. So the defensive matchup of Jefferson on Tayshaun Prince has worked against New Jersey. The shoulder just leaning in. Easy play to call.
You know where he hit him? In the sternum. Can't hit the guy in the sternum. Offensive foul.
Could be another sternum night. Nets lead by 1, and Jefferson has to sit down that quickly. Rodney Rogers comes in to take his place in the Nets lineup.
Rodney Rogers in the game 1 had 7 points on 2 for 4 shooting.
Oh, goodness.
Collins turned his back on Billups and then fouled him.
That's not good when you're the defender down low and you're running away from the guy that's coming at you. And Billups, hey, watch right here. Collins is going, but hey, if he's not going to be looking at me, I'll take it right at him.
Looked like a relay team getting ready to pass the baton. So Billups will go to the free throw line. Chauncey, 93% free throw shooter in the playoffs.
Chauncey Billups, like Jason Kidd, been on multiple teams. Jason Kidd drafted 2nd overall in the NBA. Chauncey Billups drafted 3rd. Jason Kidd on his 3rd NBA team. Chauncey Billups on his 5th NBA team.
Chauncey played with Detroit, Denver, Orlando, signed as a free agent with Minnesota. He was their point guard last year in the playoffs, and now here in the playoffs with Detroit in the Eastern Finals. Turnover Nets. The Pistons looking to push it a little.
Hamilton very quiet early.
Jason Kidd with the rebound, and with his head on a swivel, gets it into the front court in a hurry. 1 field goal, now 2 field goals in the last 9 possessions as Kidd took that one the length of the court, got the rebound, drove it down, put his team back in front by 1. They've led by as many as 7. Pistons have battled back on their home floor to lead as well, but now with 5:39 remaining first quarter, Jason Kidd, the man that won game 1, goes by everybody to give his team a 1-point lead.
We should change before we pick up the girls. Okay.
Chevy Avalanche. It changes from a pickup to an SUV.
What are you doing?
Avalanche like a rock.
Both have the same megapixels. That one's smaller. Great for climbing.
Perfect. With
Best Buy's huge selection of digital photography products, you're sure to find what's right for you. And if you purchase a digital camera or digital camcorder $279 and up by May 24, you'll pay no interest for 24 months. Get into digital photography at Best Buy.
Trust me, Old Man Morgan's parties are epic.
Yeah, if we ever find it. Duck. What?
Make a duck!
Nice pants, Rick.
The one and only Docker Stain Defender.
When athletes sweat, they lose more than just water. Gatorade puts back sodium and potassium, proven to replenish and rehydrate athletes better than water. Gatorade. Is it in you?
At this point of game one, the Nets had probably 18 of those 28 fast break points early in the game, and it stretched to the big lead over the Pistons. The Pistons more aware tonight, fellas.
This is the same way they beat Milwaukee and Boston, the New Jersey Nets, in transition and on the offensive glass. But with the Detroit Pistons making the necessary adjustments in their own transition defense. But what happens? Well, everybody like Richard Hamilton has their back turned, emulating Jason Collins, his counterpart on the Nets. You got to see the ball every single time.
Richard Hamilton was like he was ducking to get out of the way.
I like the fact that Ben Wallace has got the hair blown out today. Blow it out, big man. Blow it out.
Fear the fro. Pistons over 3 minutes without a field goal. We said that a lot on Sunday. They still don't have one. 5 similar situations to that on Sunday when they had the droughts of 3 minutes plus.
And he was one of the guys that shot well for him. He shot over 50%, and he's got to continue to shoot. Those are his type of shots, his type of moves.
I don't think that the Detroit Pistons have any clue whatsoever how good a team they are.
Kittles saw Wallace coming and got it back outside. Now 5 on the shot clock. He'll have to do something with it. Drives. And a whistle and a foul.
Somebody might want to tell the Piston defenders that Kerry Kittles is right-handed.
Wallace picks up his first foul. And Kerry Kittles kind of quiet in game one. He had 9 points, 4 assists. He'll go to the free throw line here. And rattled it around, dropped it through. Log on to NBA.com for the exclusive 2003 playoff section featuring live post-game press conferences, photo galleries, video highlights, and a lot more. Love it live on NBA.com. And don't forget to follow the NBA legends on NBA.com with the Love It Live playoff tour.
Now, Kerry Kittle's kind of funny that way, where he'll kind of get lost in the shuffle and not do a whole heck of a lot. Then at the end of the game, he'll bury a couple of 20-footers in your face, and there you see, that one looks familiar. Didn't we use that one last game?
Hey, Clifford Robinson's got 2 threes in the early going.
Ball movement, penetration, drive at somebody else's man, give somebody a clean look. Don't just have it be one-on-one, grind it out every time.
So almost 4 minutes for the Pistons, and then they drop a triple to tie it at 13. Here's Rodney Rogers backing in on Tayshaun Prince. Nice spin to the baseline. Missed the shot. Second chance he got.
No way that Tayshaun Prince can guard Rodney Rogers at the paint.
Think he's a little big for him?
Just a little hefty.
Got a little girth on him right there. If he's long, he might be able to affect the shot, but Rodney's going to beat him down until he gets practically underneath the bucket.
Hamilton, they come out double team him. Now he goes baseline, and Collins comes over and hammers him. Hamilton, the leading scorer in game one on Sunday with 24. Here he is trying to work the baseline.
His first run through the playoffs after always finishing out of the fun part when playing for the Washington Wizards.
We're looking on free flight. Rip will go to the free throw line. And Rip the free throw. Aaron Williams checking in Let's check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Well, Williams flew to Peoria, Illinois yesterday to be with his 80-year-old grandmother, June Tweeten. She suffered a stroke just before Game 1. He said she couldn't really talk to him when he saw her yesterday, but he told her he was on his way to rejoin his team and help win a championship in her honor. Playing with a bit of a heavy heart, Brad.
No doubt. We send our best to the entire family.
It's so sad. Gosh.
Jason Kidd, nice dish to Williams, the guy we just talked about. And Robinson got him from behind.
You know who set up that whole play? Of course, Kidd with the pass. Williams gets fouled. But Rodney Rogers was in the middle of that. He was in there. I don't know if we're going to be able to see Rodney Rogers, but watch him in the middle of the paint. Screen off, opens it up for Kidd, screens off the defense so Williams can get it and get to the free throw line.
He did throw a pretty nice elbow in there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
This front court for New Jersey is so versatile, so complete. Now, their centers don't score off their own individual offense, but Williams and Collins can get it done. They can use dribble handoffs to create for others. They're outstanding screeners. If they can just make a free throw, things might be all right.
Williams got 1 of 2. Puts his team back in front by 1. 3-point field goals have kept the Pistons in the ball game, and now they're back in the lead. Hamilton's got 8.
He's getting what he wants.
Yeah.
He's slashing by guys. He's not even looking to take perimeter shots, and he's still getting by.
Nice lead by Kittles, but rejected by Okur inside. And now it's Tayshaun Prince, spot up 3. And Jason Kidd gets a rebound, and Wallace goes down hard, and Kittles is wide open. Rodney Rogers back up with it.
Nice pass to the weak side.
That's where the length bothers you a little bit. But I like that shot from Detroit. I really do. I mean, you got to make sure you have responsibilities to get back, but that was a wide open shot in transition.
Phillips leads it. Okur, a guy that had a big first half for Detroit on Sunday, loses it with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 2:40 in the first quarter. Detroit Pistons out in front at home by 1.
Chili's, I love Best Buys. Chili's, woo woo woo, it's so nice.
We combine our famous chicken crispers, buffalo wings, and southwestern egg rolls to create the triple play appetizer. Want more flavor? Come to Chili's.
If your tires can't do this, you need new tires that can. Goodyear tires. Right now, when you buy 4 selected Goodyear tires, you'll get up to a $50 gift card for the Home Depot. Now that's one hard-working deal.
Our son and daughter are going to be married. We're stuck with each other.
It's not that fat.
Thank you very much.
It's not that Greek.
What's wrong with you?
But critics agree.
We're here to have a good time. He is mentally ill.
It's a new and hilarious big fat Greek wedding. And you're invited.
When I opened the door, I thought they were strippers.
Michael Douglas, Albert Brooks.
Holy mother!
The In-Laws, rated PG-13. Starts this Friday at a theater near you.
1, 2, 3. Here's the crowd. 3's a party. 3. Yeah. 3 a.m. I'm 3 for 3.
Pass it to me.
Introduce yourself to Bacardi Silver 03 Premium Malt Beverage. As much fun as you can have with orange. 5% alcohol by volume. Your night just got more interesting.
22 years later.
That's another blatant lie.
Bobby Unser and Mario Andretti finally face off. Their inside story behind the controversial 8180 500. Classic Big Ticket, 7 p.m. Saturday only on ESPN Classic. The world's elite assemble for the call of the red clay. Call it tennis, but it becomes something else on one of the great stages in sport. The second Grand Slam, the French Open, begins Monday morning at 8 on ESPN2.
Back in Detroit, Pistons up by 1, and this telecast is also available on ESPN HDR. High-definition quality pictures in a wide format. Take a look at the clarity. This is what the pictures look like in the enhanced format. And And ESPN HD is made possible by our friends at Philips and Best Buy. Brad, have you gotten your HD yet?
I'm trying to avoid it because I don't want to see all the imperfections when I watch the replay of the game. Actually, I do have one in my house of the
only one
14 I have or whatever it is.
I don't think people are ready for myself and Bill in HD.
The top of your head alone is bad.
PG-13 at least.
There's what we talked about, the fast break points in game 1, and tonight only 2. 6 on the shot clock. Detroit on the inbound after the timeout. Okoro hit a couple of threes early in the ball game the other day. Rims out an outside jumper. Jason Kidd will pull up and score.
How much fun to play with Jason Kidd. The guy never stops moving. He's always about the next play, thinking ahead, never getting bogged down in the past. So willingly giving the ball up. Corliss Williamson and Kenyon Martin tangled up on the weak side. Now that's fun to watch.
And you can't, when Jason Kidd gets going, you have to protect the bucket. This kind of play right here, you just can't stop. If he's going to make that shot, you tip your cap, move on to the next play because he goes so fast, you have to backpedal to keep him from the basket.
How about a point guard that stops at the free throw line on a 3-on-2 fast break?
Go figure.
That foul was on Kenyon Martin on the collision that Bill was talking about with Corliss Williamson. Same two guys going at it in the low block.
That's got to be a fun right here.
Corliss traveling. Boy, he got the body backing up.
But you get so intent on playing the physical game and bang, bang every time, it just works against you.
Well, Kenyon Martin did a good job, bang, bang, and then moved off of him.
Learn from the master of that, Rick Mahorn.
Exactly.
Martin comes up short with a jump hook. Wallace has another rebound. Detroit now pushing it. Wallace with 4 rebounds here in the first quarter.
I don't know if it's New Jersey's transition defense or the fact that Chauncey Billups continues to slow down as soon as he crosses half court.
They pull it up when they look like they're going to move with it. Hamilton.
Great help defense.
Harris had a hand on the rebound. Kidd's a guy that comes up with it. Here he goes. Rogers. Back to Martin and a foul.
Big men who can run the floor. What could be better?
Well, they're going to run the floor because they know they'll get a biscuit when they run the floor. And you know what? You watch Rodney Rogers, and this is a great pass by Jason Kidd up the court, and then Rodney Rogers is boom. A lot of big guys can't make that pass, but if you continually run the fast break year after year, game after game, you're going to feel confident in making those type of plays in the open court.
But Rodney Rogers is an incredibly skilled player.
No doubt.
He has only placed the limits on himself. His inability to maintain top levels of physical fitness have hurt his career over the years.
Martin got the second of 2. 3 points for Kenyon Martin. 2-point net lead. 1:23 remaining first quarter.
Billups hasn't been able to get by Jason Kidd, too strong of a defender.
Billups assisted on the first 4 field goals for Detroit. He only has 2 points of his own so far tonight. And he's
offensive foul.
Not going to get any more there either.
Well, that's with Jason Kidd. We always talk about him being able to see the whole court offensively. How about being able to see it defensively? Look at this.
Williams in the paint, trying to chase his own miss. Rogers comes up with it, and he's fouled.
It's tough for a guy like Aaron Williams. Michelle Tafoya talked about the fact that he's playing with a heavy heart. Your lack of concentration, your lack of preparation, while your mind and your whole emotional being is somewhere else. Still able to get the offensive rebound though and keep it alive for his team.
Kept it alive for Rogers, who was fouled by Okoro. And so Rodney, who we were just talking about, goes to the free throw line. The 10th-year veteran out of Wake Forest knocks down the free throw. He's got 3 tomorrow night. Stanley Cup playoffs continue on ESPN. The Devils host Ottawa. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here on ESPN. New Jersey with a 3-2 lead in that best of 7. Rogers got 1 of 2. The New Jersey lead is 3. We're under a minute, first quarter.
You don't think bad shooting is contagious, do you?
There's no question bad shooting is contagious, but you feel like you got to be the one to step up and hit the shot because nobody else can. If everybody feels like that, that's a bad sign.
Hamilton got Rogers in the air, and he got a good shot. 10 for Rip in the quarter.
Both teams shooting below 40%. This is the fourth straight game that Detroit has shot below 40%.
Kenyon Martin in the paint. Oh, boy. There's a mouthful for Corliss Williamson, but he held his ground. And now Martin's got 2 fouls in the first quarter. Martin, Jefferson, Collins, all with 2 for Byron Scott's Nets.
The whole front line. Now Brian Scalabrine comes in.
Well, the Pistons can hold for the last shot here. And if they make it, you could have 2 teams over 20 points in a quarter.
I knew that was coming.
Look out.
And it would give Detroit the lead at the end of the first if Billups can score, and he fires one up there, looking for a foul. He's upset, didn't get the call. And a technical. Too much to Bernie Fryer. Chauncey Billups wanted a foul call, and he just wasn't going to give it up.
It didn't appear that there was any contact whatsoever.
I'm guessing there must have been some in looking at Chauncey Billups' reaction.
Now we'll get another look. Jason Kidd.
There's no contact there. That's just a bad shot, and he's just trying to blame the referees. Inexcusable.
Nothing but air separating those two. So the Pistons had a chance to lead, but it's the Nets on the road leading at the end of 1.
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with 1 horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred. The truck, a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses. But there's still only 1 truck. Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Hey, guys. Hey, what's up, man? Well?
Well, what?
Aren't you going to say something?
About what?
Forget it.
What's the matter?
I can't believe I changed my hair and you guys don't even notice.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's gel? Introducing Suave for Men Sport Gel. Holds just as good as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
I see, Jay. We win by 2. My bad. Get out! Get out!
Hey, bro. How was your day? Sweet.
Cold fills are what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
Guys, hey, won that quarter. Okay, that's all it's about. Let's win every quarter. Okay, do a good job. Won that quarter. Let's win every quarter. Right? Debo, you start low post.
12-minute increments, 1 quarter down. Nets lead by 1, 20-19. Jason Kidd already 7 points, 3 rebounds and assists. He's a guy that has, without a doubt, some sprite-mad skills. You watch him, it's like a bobblehead doll, only it goes side to side. His head never stops looking for a teammate. That case, he took the jumper himself. Now coming down court as the Pistons turn their back on him. He goes all the way in. Then pulls down the rebound, and again ahead in a hurry to Rogers. Rogers to Martin, and that sent Martin to the free throw line. So he's showing his versatility again in the first 12 minutes.
Byron Scott talked about winning every quarter. The Nets won 3 of the 4 quarters in game 1, including the fourth quarter by 10 points to win by 2 on the road. I had the privilege of broadcasting Jason Kidd's games when he was in high school playing for St. Joseph's of Notre Dame. And he was exactly the same size, exactly the same type of player. Maybe not as explosive and not as skilled with his perimeter shot, but those crystal green eyes, you just could never escape him. What a player.
Lucius Harris hit that free throw. That was from the technical on Billups to end the first quarter. So a free point there, giving the Nets a 2-point advantage. John Barry's checked in for the first time of this playoff series.
About time.
Okur, nice move with the left hand.
I think Lucius Harris was saying, hey, I've got a little help down here. I'm a pretty good defender, but I can't handle guys at 7 foot 250.
This Okur can play basketball.
Williams up in the air. They say it was tipped, so it wasn't. An infraction on him, but he missed the shot anyway, and Wallace snares down the miss.
I think with Chucky Atkins in the game now, they're going to try to push the ball a little bit more.
Okur, back-to-back baskets, and he puts the Pistons in front.
Is Byron Scott going to send some double-team help down there? See what kind of passer Okur is.
Ryan Scalabrine in there because of the foul trouble to the front line of the Nets.
Scalabrine can play. He just doesn't really get a chance.
He started one of the 3 regular season games this year between these 2 teams.
That would have been the game that Richard Jefferson couldn't play because of the flu, a game that Detroit absolutely killed New Jersey here. Shot clock's at 2.
Rogers looking to get it in. Does to Harris. Got to hurry. And shot clock violation. He was looking for a foul, didn't get it.
Well, it's a critical time right now for Detroit with the team that New Jersey has in there. Scalabrine, Rogers, Harris, Williams, Johnson. You have to be able to take advantage of this time right now and try to give yourself a lead. I love what Chucky Atkins is doing right now. He may not shoot quick, they may not get a fast break, but he's looking to push it and try to get him into their offense early.
John Barry's some instant offense. Nice pick and roll to Wallace. Out to Atkins. And out Corliss Williamson. Out of bounds, Nets.
Can Anthony Johnson, playing instead of Jason Kidd, can he keep this squad together? This is the unit he practices with every single day.
They have gone now over 4 minutes without a field goal, guys. The Nets. Williams trying to end the drought and does. Aaron's first field goal.
He's a solid guy to have coming off your bench. Defensively solid, rebound solid, scoring solid from about 15 feet.
Just look at his body.
Yeah.
This guy is a stud.
Okur. This time he's fouled by Scalabrine.
Okur at the line. It was very impressive how he handled himself after the 2 game-winning misses, or game-tying misses that he had at the end of game 1. Just stood right up there and took it all, said, I'll be back, and indeed he is.
And he's at the free throw line and knocks it down. Thursday night at 8, don't miss the 2003 NBA Draft Lottery. And it's the same Nets and Pistons in pivotal Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Thursday night on ABC Sports, home of the NBA Finals. That should be some fun.
Things are happening quickly for LeBron. New agent, pending shoe contracts.
Going to say, instant millionaire soon.
His own TV show on ABC Thursday night.
He might be able to buy his 9th Hummer coming up pretty soon, too.
He's not hosting that, though. Mike Tirico, I believe, is. Shot on the baseline.
Is he part of the show?
I'm sure he will be. Lucius Harris missed that jumper.
He might buy the show.
Williamson has to get it way out, and that's way too far out.
And that is why you don't jump to pass. Tough start for Corliss Williamson. So intent on being a physical presence. This guy's got skill. He's got a game.
Pistons leading by 1 with 9:13 left first half. Jason Kidd on the bench. Harris, Johnson in there in the backcourt. Scalabrini playing. He didn't play on Sunday. Johnson. Williams trying to tip it in over Wallace. That's not easy work. And has it stripped, and Wallace comes down with it. Atkins pushing it. And Chucky Atkins showing the speed.
Finally, somebody taking it to the hoop.
Chauncey Billups getting a rest. Chucky Atkins pushing the ball. Pistons leading with 8:53 to go in the half.
City Playgrounds, where many NBA players have had legendary beginnings. Can you spot the one with the potential, the skills to make it all the way to the NBA draft? That's right, the dude with the nice hair.
I can do that.
Play the Swap for Men NBA Draft Day Challenge at NBA.com. Your trivia expertise could help you win $10,000 and a trip to the 2004 NBA Draft, plus other great prizes.
Like thanks Swap for Men, my mom, my pops.
Shipping durability testing. Electrostatic surge simulation. Extreme environment performance analysis.
Hey!
Structural integrity. You name it, we do it. Over 11,000 hours of internal and external testing per Dell model.
Harsh.
But effective.
Right, that's why Dell is one rock-solid, reliable PC.
Can you imagine?
You have no idea.
Now you can get a Dimension desktop with a 17-inch monitor and an Intel Pentium 4 processor for just $499 after mail-in rebate. Call or go online now, and you'll get free shipping. And check out our new notebooks. You're not just getting quality, you're getting a Dell.
And now over here, the torsion chamber.
Rock-solid PCs. Easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Nissan and your local Nissan dealer. And Miller Genuine Draft. Filter out what you don't need. Keep what's good. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft.
Eastern Conference Finals, Game 2. I don't know if Detroit's going to the finals, but they sure want to even it off tonight at home as we take a look at our Miller Lite storyline so far in this one. Jason Kidd early did a lot of damage, 7 points. 10 fast break points so far for New Jersey, but Detroit's done a much better job defending that tonight than they did on Sunday. Richard Hamilton leads the way for the Pistons with 10. The rest of the team has 14 combined. Chucky Atkins, who's in there at the point guard spot and pushing it up the floor, trying to add to their fast break points, was fouled, and he goes to the free throw line to get his first point.
They've already eclipsed their fast break points from Game 1.
Yeah.
They had 4 in Game 1. And while we know this team will never be confused with the Nets or the Mavericks or the Kings, they don't really have the personnel to be able to grind it out in the half court.
One field goal in the last 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Atkins, right after hitting the free throws, comes up with a cheap foul.
Why do you take Jason Kidd out? Now, granted, he plays his best when he plays 37 to 40 minutes a game, but in the playoffs, the games are slower, the timeouts are longer. And you got to win every one of these games. Because in the playoffs, the team that has won the last game, it appears that they'll never lose again.
As Michelle was talking about before, the Nets came in as the Pistons turn it over with every intention of trying to take 2, not just 1. They don't have their best guns out there right now, but Rodney Rogers hits a huge 3. check in with Michelle Tafoya.
You talk about in game one, the offense stagnating with Kidd on the bench. I spoke with Byron Scott about that earlier. He said he would still sit Kidd in this game at the same times he sat him, but he wouldn't sit him as long. It seems he is sitting him as long right now, guys.
Yeah, it seems like forever until Rodney Rogers hit that. Their offense was non-existent. Here's Robinson bringing it back out to Atkins. He'll shoot a three. Got it. Chucky Atkins injecting some offensive sting in the Pistons since he came in, and he gives his team a 3-point lead again.
Nets have not had a single starter play in this entire quarter. What confidence in his bench, Byron Scott.
Nice move inside. Not finishing was Johnson, but he did draw a foul. Atkins picks up his second as we check in with David.
Guys, the people that are on the floor right now for the Pistons are guys that want to play, and they have not been happy this year with some of the rotations. Guys like Chucky Atkins wants to play. He doesn't know when he's going to get minutes. John Barry was basically told he wasn't going to play much in this series. They said all they can do is stay ready and be ready for moments like this, guys.
See the starters sitting on the bench as one of those reserves. Johnson hits the free throw.
Chucky Atkins was a starter last year. He came up with Ben Wallace in the sign and trade for Grant Hill. Joe Dumars, who put the team together, realized that when Jason Kidd came over to the Eastern Conference from Phoenix, he had to have some size and strength and bulk at that point guard position. He went out and signed Chauncey Billups to a $33 million contract.
Good grief.
Anthony Johnson just badgered Atkins all the way down the court and finally fouled him. He picks up his second.
That could have been called about that. That's a misdemeanor in 13 states right there. He was all over him from the get-go, riding him. Gee, put a quarter in his ear hole.
But they waited properly until control and possession was decided before blowing the whistle.
Robinson backing in on Williams.
Great defense.
Okur. John Barry keeps it alive. John steps back. It's going up. It's going down.
It's about time this guy got some chances to play.
That seemed to be in the last 2 days in this city or this area the biggest complaint. Where was John Barry when we needed some offense? He just knocked down a three to give his team a 4-point lead.
Well, every time he comes in, the place just lights up.
He is a huge energy guy, and the crowd goes nuts. And right here, nice work in the offensive glass. Tee it up and down. And when that guy gets a good look at the bucket, he's going to be right around the rim.
Don't you just love guys, though, that get an offensive rebound and dribble it out to the three-point line to turn and fire?
John's given the Pistons their biggest lead, up 4.
What a pass by Barry.
Robinson's hit a couple threes, missed that one, and Corliss Williamson will give him new life.
The building has come alive with John Barry.
Williamson against Rogers on the baseline, too strong. Aaron Williams with a rebound.
Well, he's having a difficult time. You got to understand who's guarding him down there. Rodney Rogers, Kenyon Martin, big, strong guys.
Oh. Another offensive foul on Richard Jefferson.
He's got 3.
He can't believe he's not going to the line after getting hammered by Corliss Williamson.
He'll have to go right back to the bench, you would assume. As we look again, he runs over Barry.
I'm not buying that one. You can't lean. You can't lean one way or the other. And while I give John credit for stepping in there, if you're sliding or leaning, that should be a foul in the defense.
Robinson misses. Kenyon Martin with a rebound. Under 6 minutes in the half. New Jersey down 4. Jason Kidd back in there, though. And he backpedals and had one halfway down. Rodney Rogers will stick it back in there for him.
Timeout, Rick Carlisle. You cannot give up second chance points. That's how New Jersey wins. Second chance points and fast break opportunities.
5:43 in the half. 2-point ball game.
Veronica? Yeah? Would you like to go to McDonald's with me? No, I wouldn't, Steve. It's Sam. Whatever.
I'll go, Sam. McDonald's and a man like you? A girl would be crazy to pass that up.
That was really cool, Aunt Tiffany. What?
You and me. What do you think? I think they messed with the wrong two guys.
Go!
Let's see what this thing can do.
Hit it, baby. Hit it.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Rated PG-13. At theaters June 6th.
First pitch goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 1 pick, the New Jersey Nets.
That means Orlando's got it.
They are the prize picks of the NBA draft and can change the course of a team's destiny.
What? Me? The first pick?
Witness the thrill as the future of a franchise is revealed.
Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson.
The NBA Draft Lottery, Thursday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. on ABC.
Back with 5:43 remaining in the first half. Pistons at home leading by 2. Tom Tolbert said in the open tonight you had to look for maybe Chucky Atkins and John Barry to have an impact tonight for the Pistons in needing some offense. And partner, they have.
Well, they're energy guys. They're both energy guys coming in. You see what they did in Game 1. Unfortunately, those 3 letters I am very familiar with. It was DNP and 0 points. And tonight, you're going to look at Barry right there. Offensive rebound. Let me go behind the stripe and tee one up for 3. Got it. And even more than that, just the energy. Look at him. He's into it. The crowd gets into it. Chucky Atkins getting the ball, pushing it up the floor, just trying to get the teammates into it, get into a nice offensive flow. They've both done a nice job in the backcourt coming off the bench.
And Rick Carlisle's decision to sit Michael Curry, one of the team leaders, the guy that keeps it all together. Michael Curry, a normal starter, has not played a single minute. Barry and Atkins getting the opportunities here.
They run at Barry there. He might have hoisted another one.
Well, they're going to a zone to him right there. Someone's got to cut and try to find their way into the scene.
Okur in the paint.
Corliss Williamson again.
Corliss Williamson. And he picks up another foul. And talking about John Barry and inciting the crowd, I don't think the Nets were too happy with that shot he made. Their coach wasn't, was he, Michelle?
Oh, he was incited as well, Brad. Byron Scott Furious in that last title said you're letting them too wide open. He said you left John Barry open, for goodness sakes. Close him out.
They tried to close out Kenyon Martin, and Okur did.
Send it back, Okur. Send it back memo.
That memo was to Kenyon Martin. Corliss Williamson trying to come up with a hook shot, and he's pushed. Rodney Rogers gets the foul.
Kenyon Martin, tremendous at being able to throw it down. Tries to go quickly, but Okur ahead of the play from underneath. What timing, what positioning. This guy can play in all aspects. He screens, he shoots, he catches, he thinks, he defends, he rebounds, he blocks, he positions himself beautifully on the floor.
Corliss Williamson still has not scored tonight after having 8 points on Sunday, and now he has. 33-30, Pistons at home with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. This is Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals from the Palace at Auburn Hills. The lead for New Jersey early was 7 points as Lucius Harris knocks down the outside jumper, and he cuts it down to 1 now.
It's been 11 years since Detroit has had this much success in the playoffs. When they were swept out back in 1991, the first year of Michael Jordan's championship run, after the Pistons had won 2 straight championships.
Tayshaun Prince coming back in. Corliss Williamson, Chucky Atkins sits down, and Chauncey Billups also will check in for the Pistons.
Well, Chauncey's got to keep the energy going here. He's got to do what Chucky Atkins did. Keep pushing it. Like I say, you don't have to go. You don't have to shoot it, but go. Get the energy level up.
I'd run the offense through John Barry because not only will he score, he'll give it up to guys.
Tayshaun Prince, tough shot there. Barry tried to keep it alive.
What a tip ball by Jason Kidd.
Okur with a steal.
Put that one in the scrapbook. That may never happen again.
Stealing one from Jason Kidd, the open floor, probably not. Every point this quarter for both teams has been from the bench, and now the Nets get it right back, and Kenyon Martin with a finger roll.
That is a tough shot. And John Barry did everything he could defensively. Got run out of bounds. Boy, a lot of arguing with the refs here.
Yep. Kidd picks up his first foul in the backcourt on the inbounds play.
Not Jason Kidd. They call the foul, he just walks away. What leadership.
So they'll walk it down. He's upset that there's going to be free throws with 3:54 remaining in the quarter.
I think he's probably saying, why did I do that? Fouled him 93 feet away from the bucket.
I was going to say, it was about an 18-inch from the baseline foul.
But when you're that good, you believe that you can do anything on the court. And that sense of, well, I'm right here, might as well poke the ball away. Hakeem Olajuwon used to do the same thing. He'd be back there 7 feet tall, trying to steal the ball from guards in the backcourt, and he would get it. Hakeem, the leading steal player of all centers in NBA history.
Billups hits both free throws. Chauncey hasn't hit a field goal, but he has 4 points from the line. Pistons 35-34 lead.
Love the dribble handoff.
Kenyon Martin spinning around. Okur stayed with him again, but it's tipped in. I think Collins will get credit for it.
Okur got face up there. Kenyon Martin is jumping in every single play, and he's going to be whistled for an offensive foul very soon here.
He's got 2 fouls. He doesn't need a third before halftime. And instead it's Rodney Rogers that picks up his second.
Well, Okur, he was helping everybody out defensively, stepping up and getting. I'm not sure that might have been a foul.
might have been.
But someone's got to help you out and be back and get the big fella off the boards. I mean, it's not his fault. He was over there helping somebody else.
He's still trying to get the tears out of his eye.
Isn't that really a lost art, though, of guards coming over and cutting the legs out from underneath the big man and keep him off and make the big man throw the little guard out of the play to draw the foul?
But here you see Okur, boom, gets the fingers right in the right eye. Clifford Robinson has more points than he had Sunday already. He's got 8 after a 6-point game on Sunday and gives his team the lead back, 37-36.
It's just fun watching this net team. I mean, just watching the half court.
And Jason Kidd just smoothly and calmly knocks down his second 3 of the night.
The way the Nets move fluidly on offense. Guys who are willing to make passes that are not necessarily the statistical pass that leads to the play. Just keep it going.
You got to take him.
Billups
just out of the range.
Just out of the range of the guy in the 4th row. 7th turnover. Jason Kidd scans the court, has a look, and goes up and over. Gives his team a 2-point lead.
There's only 2 ugly people in the world, and your mama's both of them.
You know, your mama's so fat she stepped on the dollar and made change.
I heard your mama's so ugly, she robbed the bank with no gun, just stuck her head over the counter and say, "Put that money in that bag." Stick 'em up! Stick 'em up!
Timing was a little off.
Timing was a little off.
Timing is way off.
You're not funny.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Why jump when you can fly? Why leave when you can make an exit? Why slip when you can slide? Why just drive when
when you can change the way you move through the world. The V6 Nissan Altima.
When you can get the best of wireless without a contract, that's M-Life. Go phone, only from AT&T Wireless.
You know what's the biggest problem advertising the refreshing taste of 7-Up? Getting people to sit still for your commercials. Come on. Breathe. Well, problem solved. Here you go, sir. Enjoy yourself. I'm just making sure you watch the whole thing. Pay attention. Here you go. Can't have it.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Miller Lite. Tell it over a great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Nets by 2 here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Mike Tirico, Sean Elliott. We'll see you for the AT&T halftime report. Jim Gray, a live visit with Nick Van Exel, and Sean's thoughts on the first half. Very similar to Game 1 in terms of the score.
Yeah, really, you look at this game, the tempo really favors Detroit. However, the game favors New Jersey because it's a close, tight game, and you're expecting a burst with them anytime soon. And the fact that Jason Kidd's out there on the floor. And remember what happened in Game 1 where he hit the game winner.
All right, more from Sean. We'll see you at halftime. Brett?
All right, fellas, see you in 2 minutes, 41 seconds.
Sean talked about the closeness of the game. There's been 12 lead changes and 8 ties already.
Right now, the Nets with a 2-point lead as we approach 2.5 minutes. Kidd pulls up over Prince. The rebound is Wallace.
And Wallace has taken the headband off. This is serious.
Robinson for 3. That one in and out, and Kenyon Martin. Sky's up there for the rebound.
Kidd never has to look at the ball.
Gives it to Jason Collins. He misses on the baseline.
Someone may want to help Ben Wallace out on the boards. He's down there battling his butt off, and he got 2 or 3 guys climbing his back.
But Hamilton's not a rebounder. Tayshaun Prince is certainly not going to get in there and get physical. Clifford Robinson is the guy that's got to get it done. Chauncey Billups got his hands full with Jason Kidd on the perimeter.
Detroit has missed its last 6 shots, and they turn it over.
Kidd again with the quick hands.
Kittles, pull-up jumper. Gary Kittles hasn't hit a field goal in the half.
Imagine if he was playing.
Yeah. And he hasn't yet in this series. Had only 9 points on Sunday. Had a couple of fast break baskets off Kidd passes on Sunday. That's about it. Prince in the paint and foul.
Rodney Rogers trying to make up with a little trick play for his careless defense.
With 3 fouls now. Tomorrow night on TNT, Dallas and San Antonio. Game 2 is at 8:30. Thursday, we've got the NBA Draft Lottery at 8, and then Game 3 of this one at 8:30. Saturday on ABC, WNBA, the Sparks and the Sun at 4 o'clock.
Now, will that be from the Mohegan Sun Casino?
I believe so.
I would imagine.
That is a nice place.
Prince got the second. 39-38 Nets. Not good shooting by either team, but again, the tough defense that Mike was talking about with Sean. And before the game, Jason Kidd tried to pull up jumper, and he has missed his last couple. And until then, Detroit's last field goal was almost 6 minutes ago.
Boy, he is quick going to the baseline. Little stutter step, fake going to the middle, cross it over, and get to the baseline before the opposite side big man can come over and help.
Now under 1 to go and a 1-point Piston lead.
Love the dribble handoffs by New Jersey's big men.
Martin had it swatted away by Clifford Robinson. And now Tayshaun Prince looking to push it. Hamilton in traffic leaves it for Chucky Atkins. .42-39. Final half minute.
2 for 1 if New Jersey wants it.
I never understand why you wouldn't take a 2 for 1. It baffles me.
Robinson, after stealing one, blocks one.
so they get nothing.
They might find themselves 2 or 3 more down. Trailing by 3. Rip Hamilton has it in hand. Jason Kidd on him. Hamilton leading scorer for Detroit with 12. Kidd all over him defensively. And now trying to go by everybody. Ball goes out of bounds. There's 1.2 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Rick Carlisle wants 20-second timeout.
Are they coming back with the lob?
How about Tayshaun Prince to Okur? No, Okur doesn't have his warm-up off, but they can try it again.
They called the 20 seconds, so they can substitute.
We're talking about Sunday with 1.4 seconds remaining in the ball game. It was Tayshaun Prince to Memo Okur, a rookie to a rookie on the final play. And as Bill mentioned earlier, they not only got a decent lob, a nice pass, they got 2 shots out of it, but they didn't get either to drop. And then Okur dropped to the floor, and he's been very upfront, as Bill said in the last couple of days. He said it does not go in. It didn't go in, but it came awfully close. In game 1, he hit the outside jumpers, had a couple of threes. He had 12 points in the first half, and he was a big part of their offensive spark. And then here's the end of the game. Tried to tip it one-handed, and then maybe had a little more time than he really knew there.
Over the top to Wallace. That's got to be a foul, please. They grabbed him and threw him to the floor.
And they are going to call a foul.
Detroit's playing some good basketball in this first half. Got the crowd into it. Getting a number of offensive opportunities in transition. Ben Wallace doing his customary solid work. The Nets are in foul trouble across the front line.
Aaron Williams just added his second. Ben Wallace at the free throw line with 0.3 left. The good news is they got a foul. The bad news is it's Ben at the free throw line.
How long will it take Ben Wallace to learn how to shoot free throws? We saw a record-setting performance last night. 49 straight free throws. How many years?
He's a 44% free throw shooter and showed there why. Pistons lead, though, at halftime. They battled back from being in an early hole. They were down by 7 early in the ball game. Battled back, and now they lead at the break, trying to even things off in this best of 7 as we check in with David Aldridge.
Rip, you guys seem to do a much better job in this first half, keeping them from getting fast break baskets.
Oh yeah, we adjusted well to them. You know, we didn't want them to get out the gates early. You know, we doing a good job of containing their easy baskets, and we're gonna try to do it for another half.
Second half, what do you guys do to get more scoring offensively in your half court?
Just stay aggressive. You know, set harder screens and just feed off each other. We do that, we'll get any shot we want.
All right, Rip, thanks very much. Good luck second half. Back to you, Brad.
Rip Hamilton leads the way in the scoring column with 12 points, and he leads the way for the Pistons to have a 3-point lead. AT&T halftime report coming up next. Mike Tirico, Sean Elliott, Jim Gray will be in San Antonio. All that and a lot more. Stick around. Eastern Conference Final Game 2. The Nets would like to go home with a 2-0 lead, but the Pistons have different ideas, and their offense has been a little bit better tonight. And at the break, they're on top, 42-39.
Like their defense, obviously, in the first half, getting back and keeping New Jersey from running, but they know somebody besides Richard Hamilton is going to have to score in the second half, and that guy, they know, has to be Chauncey Billups. They told me he's got to get himself going. They got to figure out a way to get him going. They like their bench play. They're going to keep those guys in the rotation in the second half, guys.
All right, Chauncey Billups, 6 points in the first half. And he's the guy that'll bring it up court to start the third quarter.
It's on that transition defense you talked about for New Jersey. they're conceding the offensive glass. They only have 2 offensive rebounds. Nice pass, Prince.
Trying to reverse layup was Wallace, and he snatches his own miss somehow from Jason Collins. Robinson misses the 3.
Well, I wouldn't even worry about the offensive glass if I'm Detroit. Like I said, I'll send Ben Wallace, take my chances, and get the other 4 guys back just so they don't get on the break. You do not want to let them get going and get the continuity going in the break. And so far, so good.
And Ben Wallace only has 0 offensive rebounds. Corliss Williamson and John Barry each have 1.
Kenyon Martin trying to get in front of Robinson and now working the lane. And the blocking foul is going to be on Robinson. That'll be his 3rd. There's the rebounding story. Nets with the advantage, 26-19.
Well, I'm sorry, Brad.
48-43 rebounding edge on Sunday.
I was going to say, if you're the Nets, nice shot by Jefferson. You can afford to go to the offensive glass because if you don't get it, Detroit's not making you pay. And if I'm Rick Carlisle, if Chauncey Billups can't get it going within the first 4 or 5 minutes of this quarter, I do not hesitate at all to bring Chucky Atkins back in the game early.
Atkins was a nice spark, that's for sure.
The problem with coming with Atkins, though, is that kid overpowers him.
Tayshaun Prince, guys, does not have a field goal. I know he's played well in previous playoff series. This is the finals now. He got bumped around a little bit on Sunday. Didn't have a very good game, and he's not having a good one here.
He's 0 for 3 in the game. Some players just play better off the bench when there's no pressure on you.
I talked to him briefly before the game. His first start in a playoff.
Oh, nice.
Collins with a basket and chance to make it a 3-point play.
So what did Tayshaun say?
Well, I said, you've been in big games before, but this ain't Rupp Arena. And he had kind of a nervous smile as if to say, I know this one's a little bit bigger.
Interesting about Tayshaun Prince, he plays a perimeter game, even though he's got nice size, 6'9" body, 7'2" wingspan. But in 4 years at Kentucky, he ended up, Tayshaun Prince, as the number 4 career shot blocker in school history. That's tremendous at a school of that caliber.
In fact, he got a little too perimeter oriented as a junior and started to move back inside as a senior last year and play better. Nice shot outside by Richard Hamilton.
I love watching guys move off screens. Reggie Miller, guys like Scott Wedman, Larry Bird, Rip Hamilton.
We're tied again after 8 ties in the first half. Even at 44. Jefferson hit his first jumper of the half. That one a little too strong, but Collins with another rebound.
Nice passing by Collins.
Wait a minute. It's going to be Nets ball.
This guy Jason Collins is really playing ball. Finishing on the offensive end, stepping to the perimeter, opening up driving lanes for his teammates.
Clifford Robinson, no defensive rebounds in the game so far. That is unacceptable to have your other big guy have no defensive rebounds.
Kerry Kittles is fouled by Richard Hamilton as he got up in the air.
Richard Hamilton along the baseline. He's got 1 screen. He's got a second one that he runs away from. And then he comes back at it again, never stopping. A quick release. Beautiful team basketball.
Collins hands off to Jefferson, trying to reverse layup and got a little too deep, and here comes Hamilton on the run. All the way himself. Hoping that Wallace could clean up. Missed the shot, and back comes Jason Kidd. Kittles, pull-up jumper. Kerry Kittles just can't find it. No field goals for him either.
Kerry struggled mightily in last year's finals against the Lakers. Just could not get anything going.
He's 0 for 4 tonight. Billups short. Nobody can get an outside shot to go right now.
There is no confidence in that face right now. None.
Kidd slows things down this time. Martin coming out, trying to pick and roll. Nice. Kittles can't get it to him, but he got it to Collins, and Wallace blocked it. Second chance by Collins won't go. And then Robinson poked a hand in there to knock it free.
Got numbers.
Poor spacing. Poor spacing.
Boy, there's a lid on it down there. Kidd, a wrap around to Jefferson, but a foul before the shot. It's going to be on Billups.
Jason Collins will get the ball underneath the basket. Ben Wallace does a beautiful job of sliding behind him. Great shot blockers have that sense that the guy who they're going to guard is going to have to bring the ball back into them.
Oh.
The teams are just not shooting the ball at all well this quarter. They're combined 3 for 16. Yikes. Take a shot, please.
Kenyon Martin squares up against Robinson. Nice move on the baseline. Only his third field goal.
Are we positive we checked the circumference of the rims before the series?
I did.
Were they right?
They were absolutely perfect.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure. I know you're a little fuzzy with numbers sometimes.
I do it every game.
Okay.
It's part of the pregame ritual.
Prince, he checked the circumference in close and found out it was all right.
He loves taking that 1 or 2 dribbles to his right and then spins back over his right shoulder. He's going to eventually try to get back to that right shoulder on just about any shot he takes.
Kidd for Kittles.
No, that's a foul. You cannot grab the rim to help yourself up. Kenyon Martin whistled for the easy violation.
And Kenyon with a smile on his face. He looks over at us and smiles, as a matter of fact. That was a good try.
Imagine if that was legal.
The slam dunk competition at the All-Star game looked pretty good. Tied at 46. Hamilton again. That quick move on the baseline. He has 16.
Where's the big guy sliding over to the baseline? I mean, Kenyon Martin's guarding Clifford Robinson. You got to slide down to the baseline and help your guy out.
Irish Scott has no place else to go because Kerry Kittles is not getting it done. And Lucius Harris, I don't know if he can play the defense.
Whoa. Kenyon Martin trying to go behind his back or just lost it. One of the two. It's a turnover anyway. Pistons by 2. Martin on Billups. Chauncey leaves it for Wallace. In close. Got it. Chance to add to it. Collins picks up his third.
Foul trouble continuing to pile up for New Jersey's front line. And finally, a setup play for someone else. Chauncey Billups able to get by Jason Kidd, a number of other defenders, and then delays it off for somebody as opposed to trying to force his own play every time. Forcing Byron Scott to take a timeout with the biggest lead of the night for Detroit.
Up 5 after a 3-point play of all things by Ben Wallace, who hit the free throw. 6:31 to go, third quarter. Pistons 51-46.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Honda, a versatile family of cars, minivans, and SUVs. Sprite, obey your thirst. And Taco Bell, think outside the bun.
During that last time out, Byron Scott, if he had sunglasses on, could be in Matrix Reloaded. He wasn't happy, and he's just staring straight ahead into space a little bit before finally walking back to talk to his troops. He's not a happy coach. His team is down 5, and he's seen Richard Hamilton score 16 points tonight. Rip Hamilton told David Aldridge going to the locker room in the second quarter, we got to keep pushing it. We have to attack. Fellas, he's attacking.
Well, he's the one guy that's been shooting the ball well, and he loves the baseline. Tireless worker, running the baseline, waiting for a screen, waiting for an opening, and he's so quick getting that baseline. All it takes him is one dribble. He's lightning quick, gets it there, and you see right there, he's the one guy that's shooting well in this series. The rest of the team, 30%, that's not so good.
But as a champion-level player, and he'll never disparage his teammates, he's going to constantly try to bring them along with him. Rip Hamilton, that unique ability to move at a different speed than anyone else. Jason Kidd has that for his squad. Right now, though, the Nets struggling mightily.
Let's see how the Nets deal with the Pistons and the frenzied crowd that's all lathered up for the first time since they had a 10-point lead late in the third quarter Sunday. Now they've got a 5-point lead after scoring 7 straight points.
You can't shoot fadeaway jumpers over Tayshaun Prince. He is too long and it's too tough a shot.
Hamilton again. Got it!
And now New Jersey walking the ball up the court. Not their game. They're not getting to the offensive glass. They're not out in transition. How are they going to score?
18 points for Rip Hamilton. Collins, the right hand on the baseline. Tough shot.
Jason Collins played for one of the greatest teaching coaches in all of college basketball, Mike Montgomery at Stanford.
He and his brother, his twin brother, who plays now for Utah. Jefferson on Tayshaun Prince. Prince going to the paint. And he got it. Both of Tayshaun Prince's field goals are in this quarter.
He loves that move, going to the middle and just extending out with that left hand. He is tough once he gets to the middle of the paint.
Prince has settled down after the horrendous start for him. I think overwhelmed by the enormity of the situation.
Up 5 to go in the third. Martin has a look. Shot clock was winding down. He missed the jumper, but Jefferson kept it alive with a weak side rebound. Jefferson blocked by Wallace. Collins tried, and he's blocked by Robinson from behind.
Tayshaun Prince on the far side.
Phillips with a three. The lead is 10. Kidd with a follow by Collins quiets the crowd momentarily.
Right, how many times have we seen that? Ben Wallace going over there to help somebody else out and nobody getting back to block out Ben Wallace's guy.
But what he needs to say, Ben Wallace, is, look, I'm not coming anymore as long as my man's going to keep getting dunked. That's your responsibility to shut that penetration down.
Phillips will try it again. Not this time. Jefferson, and here comes the Nets finally. And they'll still slow it down a little bit.
That was a heat check for Chauncey.
Yep.
Can you do that after only one shot?
Yes.
Jefferson will try it outside, and he hits it.
So critical for Richard Jefferson and Kerry Kittles to play well and stroke some outside shots. That jumper forces Rick Carlisle to take another timeout. He wants to milk this crowd a bit.
First field goal by Jefferson since the first quarter. So he and Collins with back-to-back buckets. That was a 10-point lead after the defense of the Pistons. Wallace and Robinson. That led to a huge three by Chauncey Billups. That gave him a 10-point lead. But the Nets have battled back and scored twice. It's 58-52 Detroit.
Tonight on SportsCenter, we return to Motown to break down Game 2. 2 superstars are down, but for how long? Annika gets set for the Colonial, and who's putting their best foot forward for LeBron? SportsCenter after the game, ESPN.
Why would you go to a casual dining restaurant and spend $32 for a quality meal when you could go to KFC and get the same thing for half the price?
Head over to KFC for the family feast meal. Now get 10 pieces of original recipe or extra crispy chicken, 3 large sides, 6 biscuits, and a free Pillsbury chocolate cake, all for only $15.99.
So you really can have your cake and eat it too.
They have cake! Cake!
This is what happens when you offer free cake!
Free cake!
Come in for the family feast and get free cake.
Living legends, the voices of our lifetime.
We did it! We did it!
A special series on ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball. Begins Wednesday at 7 as Kurt Gowdy broadcasts the Yankees-Red Sox on ESPN2.
Hey, Peyton, remember that game when you threw for over 350 yards? And that time you hooked up with Marvin for 2 TDs in the second half? What a comeback, man.
It was.
Yeah, I noticed you audibled.
I did?
Yeah, I think you sensed the blitz because your eyes were like darting back and forth like that.
Well, actually, it was gun, double right, flip, zebra, scat, left, wide drag, X hook, alert, predictor, sprint, jolly, easy. I saw cover 2.
See the games you want to see with the choice of nearly every NFL game on Sundays. NFL Sunday Ticket only from DirecTV.
Where did all the movies go? To Stars, where new hit movies hit home first.
I'll look for this!
Oh, yeah. Want to see Triple X and all these new hit movies? Better call now and ask for Stars. 1-800-DIRECTV. Because the only premium channel you'll see these movies on is Stars. One of 12 distinct channels in the Stars Super Pack. Call now to get over 600 different movies for only $12 or less a month on DIRECTV. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Our Dockers defenders' edge tonight, you might expect, goes to the Pistons, who play such great defense. They've been blocking shots here in the second half. Okur had a couple that prevented what looked like easy buckets, and then Ben Wallace, you know he's going to go to work, and he just stuffed that last one, and then Robinson stuffed the second attempt by Jason Collins. That led to a three-pointer by Billups. It led to a 10-point lead, but Jefferson and Collins have scored on the last two trips down floor for New Jersey, and they cut the lead back to 6.
At some point, New Jersey has to give some credit to the defensive capabilities of Ben Wallace and Okur and Clifford Robinson. That penetration has to come right at the big guys and then turn around and hand it back to somebody who's wide open for a 10-footer.
Hamilton's been big this quarter.
He's feeling it. You just see he's begging for that ball.
They might get another chance. Kept alive by the Pistons. Fresh shot clock, 3:20 in the third. Billups inside. And he's fouled.
He can do a good job of that. He's strong enough and can create well enough to get to the middle of the paint. And sometimes, I don't know, he loses his aggressiveness and just shoots the threes and shoots from the outside. But he's really the one guy on the team that can get there and create for other people. Richard Hamilton isn't quite there yet. Does a great job of creating scoring opportunities for himself. But Chauncey, when he wants to, can also create for other people.
You have to wonder. He doesn't complain about it. He didn't use it as an excuse on Sunday, but the ankle that forced him to miss 3 games
still hurt.
got to still be hurt. 51 straight free throws, 6 in this game, and he's given his team an 8-point lead.
He'd fit right in with the Mavericks, wouldn't it?
That's exactly right.
49 straight free throws for basketball. Look at
There's a lob. Kenyon Martin from Kidd.
Throw it down, Kmart. No bankruptcy here.
Billups trying to get around Kenyon Martin. Ankle looks pretty good there, but he missed the shot. And here comes his counterpart, Jason Kidd. Kidd will pull up from 15. Missed the outside jumper, and Wallace the rebound.
Detroit is working so hard at shutting off that penetration on the delayed break by Kidd. Working magnificently.
Robinson and Martin banging down the low block. Robinson got it.
Finally. Clifford Robinson has shot above 40% from the field just once in the last 10 games. Make a shot, please, Clifford.
He does have 10 points in this one.
Offensive foul, Kenyon Martin.
That's 3 on him. Jefferson has 4. Rodney Rogers, when he came off the bench, had 3.
As a screener, you have to just wait. Jason Kidd is going to find his own way.
But Jason Kidd might want to wait a little bit longer to let Kenyon Martin get set for that two-way streak.
But just come to a jump stop.
Hamilton again on the baseline. 20 for Rip Hamilton, and again it's a 10-point lead.
Detroit has found their game.
Kidd, pull-up jumper, got it. That's his first basket of the third quarter.
Well, they've been somewhat stagnant the last couple possessions, not doing their customary moving, cutting, screening, just kind of running the pick and roll with Jason Kidd and 3 of the guys standing around.
Hamilton around a pick, missed that one.
Watch how hard he moves without the ball.
Kidd all the way with a left hand. Back-to-back buckets by Jason Kidd.
That was pretty sweet right there. 1 on 3, opposite hand, lay it off, got it.
And like Steve Nash, an outstanding finisher with the left hand.
That's the lead right back to 6. What happened the last time Detroit led by 10? It was 2 quick buckets by the Nets. Now they double-team Hamilton.
Kenyon Martin is going to get fouls here. He's just playing out of control.
And he picks up his 4th.
He He walks right down the middle here, and there's no numbers here. Little deke, up, and he is so strong. And these guys have been bumping the last couple times down the court. I'm not sure if they're auditioning for a part opposite Russell Crowe in Gladiator 2. They're getting after it down there. 4 fouls on Kenyon Martin.
Robinson's not been a good free throw shooter in the playoffs. Although he's hit his first 2 tonight, he nails that one. So the people that were wondering where Clifford Robinson, if he was ever going to show up, he has 11 points tonight. Quite a bit better than what he did on Sunday.
It's amazing that when Phoenix gave up on Clifford Robinson and Jason Kidd for their off-court problems, a lot of people thought that their careers would just sort of go off into oblivion. Clifford Robinson, though, Eastern Conference Finals, Jason Kidd the Finals last year, maybe again this year.
Get on the floor.
Kenyon Martin trying to go around everybody, and he got it to Collins. Collins lost it out of bounds.
Catch the ball, please. Where would you like it next time?
15th net turnover. About a second and a half difference on the third quarter clock and the shot clock.
And in a half-court, low-scoring game, those 15 turnovers loom very large.
Phillips with 5. Got it! Kidd trying to get a final shot. Knocked it off the backboard, but missed it. Much like Sunday. The end of the third quarter, remember, Detroit had a big lead. They've got another big lead. Can they hold on to this one at home? We've played 3 at the Palace. The Pistons going to work. Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, big quarters offensively. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pistons are only 12 minutes away from evening things up at a game apiece. They're in front, 67-58.
Now, NBA TV comes to you in state-of-the-art high definition. You'll have to see it to believe it. Watch the world's greatest athletes, larger than life. NBA TV in high definition. Now available daily on DirecTV and Dish Networks. It's fantastic.
Everybody on their feet at the Palace, set to start the fourth quarter. Our Cadillac game track. We talked about who would provide the offense for the Detroit Pistons tonight. And tonight, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton have 33 between them. Wallace has 14 rebounds. Jason Kidd has 14 points. Jason Collins, not only 9 offensive rebounds, but a career playoff high 13 overall. But the fast break points have been cut off at the knees for New Jersey. And now they find themselves trailing 67-58. But again, it's a very similar situation to the end of the third quarter on Sunday for Detroit. Let's see if they can hold this lead.
Do what you've been doing. Sacrifice offensive rebounding for getting back on defense, making New Jersey prove they can beat you in the half court, which they've been unable to do.
Kidd inside. Missed on a double pump. Here comes Detroit. They shot 50%, did the Pistons in the third quarter, and didn't have a turnover.
Richard Hamilton just keeps moving at such an assertive pace that nobody can keep up with him.
There's some more assertion. 22 for Hamilton.
He is something when he goes to that baseline. You look at right there, 22 through 3 quarters in game 1. Those are fast break points tonight. Only 9. And they're sacrificing the offensive rebound, saying we're going to make you beat us in the half court. Prove it. Not like that, they're not.
Rodney Rogers tracks down an offensive rebound. Jason Kidd scans the court. His team's down 11, biggest lead of the night for either team. Billups and Rodney Rogers were tangled up, and Chauncey gets his third foul.
I don't know why Detroit would want to switch this pick and roll here. That would leave Chauncey Billups guarding Rodney Rogers in the low post here. You got to stay at home. Corliss Williamson on Rogers. They switch it again.
Aaron Williams, outside jumper, and he knocks it down.
Williams and Collins have played very well in the center position tonight. But Kerry Kittles, Lucius Harris, Richard Jefferson, and Kenyon Martin have just not contributed nearly enough on the offensive end. And that's 4-game road winning streak in the playoffs in serious jeopardy.
Wallace finds himself on the outside. He says, I'm going to go for it. And the rebound is Williams.
Whatever happened to John Barry?
Here's Kenyon Martin bumped by Corliss Williamson. The ball went in. It's good. Kenyon Martin running the break. Got a sweet bounce from the rim here as Williamson got him.
John Barry, who was magnificent and inspirational, and an instigator of the real run that got Detroit back into their game, has been relegated to sitting on the floor.
I agree with you. He needs to get back in the game, but the reason he doesn't is because they generally don't play him and Richard Hamilton together. And with Richard Hamilton having such a great third quarter, it's tough to bring him in.
Kenyon at another position.
Kenyon Martin, a three-point play, makes it a 6-point ball game again.
They can't get rid of him, can they? They get up 10, back down to 6. Up 10, down to 6.
Hamilton again, up high. Oh, there's a foul by Wallace.
That ball clearly looked to be still in the cylinder.
I was kind of blocked out by the afro, to be honest with you.
Martin off the glass. Pretty nifty.
Well, coming alive. He's outstanding third-year player, former #1 player in the entire NBA draft.
Wallace Williamson backing in on Rodney Rogers. And the foul, and Rogers has 4. Well, let's take a look at that one that Bill did not say throw it down.
Oh, still in
I think that was out.
It was going to come out. It was going to come out.
Let's watch this.
Imagine if that was legal.
It was for that play. Corliss Williamson, only 1 free throw tonight offensively for Corliss. Who'll get that #1 pick? Tune in to ABC Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Watch the NBA Draft Lottery Show. See which team will get the #1 pick in the 2003 NBA Draft. Mike Tirico hosts for you on Thursday. Then we'll follow with Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. These same 2 clubs get together on New Jersey's home floor.
Corliss Williamson needs to stop thinking about just initiating contact and banging every single time. Get back to his more than adequate skill game.
Kenyon Martin's hit his last couple runners, and he hit another one off the glass and was fouled again. Those are 3 pretty unique-looking shots in a row.
I think he may have meant to do the other 2. This one, I'll call it, that's the old Papa Shot special right there. Straight on, bank that baby in. But hey, you can get contact and get the ball to the rim, you know you're strong, let alone make the shot.
And he hits a free throw. He has scored the Nets' last 8 points.
It's so unorthodox, his offensive game, really. He's been able to get by his whole career by pushing and shoving guys out of the way.
Kind of hard to guard, though, isn't it? Being that unorthodox.
There's no way you can guard. How are you going to anticipate something like that? Beautiful screen by Okur.
Barry trying to draw a foul, didn't. Williams the rebound. Nets looking to push it. Here comes Kidd. Leaves it for Williams on a fadeaway. Not that time. Okur, good rebound. And Detroit's lead cut to 4. 8:35 left in the ballgame.
If you're Chauncey Billups, give John Barry a chance to contribute.
Corliss Williamson out of control, but Wallace picks it up, and he's mugged by Williams. So the Pistons.
Williams
I'm sorry. Trying to hold on to a 4-point lead is Detroit.
could have seen it coming. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Hey, let's see the number. Oh, yeah. Man, I talked to that girl for 20 minutes. Nothing.
You broke the horizon.
Horizon?
You looked.
I looked.
I saw you look, man.
Rise, they're up here, man. No, how could you not look? You see what she was wearing? I mean, you guys look. You gonna call her?
Yeah, real Rocky Mountain beer and guys to drink it with.
Thanks for making me a fighter.
McCool waits for Jason Kidd to pass and knocks down a three. Won't get the Brooklyn score.
Thanks for making me
Rejected it. Played by a ball. And Van Exel just feeling it. With 7 seconds remaining, Kidd the jumper to win it. He got it.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Cadillac. Bold vehicles define convention. 7-Up in your local 7-Up bottler. Make 7-Up yours. New Suave for men. Great performance, great price, just for guys. And Coors Original. Real Rocky Mountain beer. It's guys' night out.
Pistons trying to hang on to a 4-point lead here with under 8.5 minutes to play. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Guys, you can see the Pistons' great defensive performance here in the playoffs, leading the league in all playoff teams less than 88 a game. The architect for their defense, Kevin O'Neal, their assistant coach, one of the people that the Toronto Raptors have interviewed for their head coaching job. I spoke with Glenn Grunwald, the Raptors GM, today. He said no final decisions have been made, but he did not say there was no front runner. Everyone around the league believes that Kevin O'Neal, when the Pistons season is done, will be the next head coach of the Toronto Raptors. They're also talking to Dwayne Casey, the Seattle assistant, Mike Woodson, the assistant in Philadelphia, and Craig Neal, who's already an assistant with the Raptors. Guys?
All right, D.A.
David, they interviewed O'Neal during the playoffs while they're still going on?
Well, they might have had a day off or two, after the first round or before the second round or something. He wants to keep it low-key, obviously. The main concern for him is this team right now and what they're doing. But most people around the league believe that he impressed them very much when he went up and he interviewed them. He was the only guy that actually went up there. Everyone else has been interviewed by phone.
Back to the action. Kenyon Martin not only stayed with a loose ball that Ben Wallace poked away, but he worked the baseline and drew a foul when the shot clock was winding down. He has been the Nets offense, guys, this whole quarter.
That foul was called on Ben Wallace. He was running away from the play.
There's the points for Kenyon Martin. And he hits the free throw. 9 in this quarter for him. Rick Carlisle looking on, hoping his team can even it at 1 game apiece. The Nets said, we came in not planning to just steal one. We wanted to get 2 in Detroit. Not an easy thing to do in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, Ben Wallace is the guy, and much like Akeem Olajuwon, you want to go at him. You don't want to go away from him because they are tremendous coming off the ball defending. You got to go right at him and take it to him.
But Ben is not nearly as big or as athletic as Akeem was.
Corliss Williamson, who didn't finish his last trip to the hoop, doesn't finish this one either, and it's out of bounds to the Nets.
Well, with those type of defenders, you always feel like you're doing yourself a favor. You see the graphic right there. What Kenyon Martin's been able to do, and the Pistons holding on to the ball, just not putting it in the basket.
Rogers, huge 3. Wallace got up for the rebound way out by the free throw line.
Well, the good sign for New Jersey is that somebody is playing well. And that's Kenyon Martin. If anybody else can come alive.
This time Williamson finished it, and he's got a chance to add to it.
Sweet bounce pass by John Barry, putting it right on the money. All Corliss Williamson had to do is catch and go. Watch this. Boink, let him, and just that's an easy layup and the foul. If that ball's behind him or at his feet, that play does not occur.
And that's Corliss's backside right on the forehand.
Detroit just keeps coming at you. This is a team not only of the present, but of the future as well. They've got Memphis's first-round pick this year, as long as it's not the #1 overall pick. All these guys are young, exception of Clifford Robinson.
Nice move. Backdoor to Harris and a good delivery by Rogers.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those. Pistons half-court defense has been really solid. We haven't seen many backdoor cuts at all.
The lead for Detroit is 5 with 7 minutes to go.
Jason Kidd has lost control for his team.
John Barry in trouble. Leaves it for Corliss Williamson again. It wasn't the prettiest dish in the washer, but he'll take it.
Both John Barry and Okur are utilizing. Oh, nice pass there.
Harris. Barry knocked it away from him. Barry's all over the place. Williams misses his shot. Martin.
How many guys with John Barry guarding on that possession? 3? Kenyon Martin has really turned it up here in the fourth quarter. On the block, from the wing, getting the offensive rebounds. He's been their offense.
12 of his 21 points in this quarter. Now a big collision. John Barry. Here's Kenyon Martin on the break. He's got 23 now.
Technical foul on John Barry. You cannot lose your poise and self-control here.
Rick Carlisle's way out on the court.
He's trying to call a timeout to calm his squad down. Every point so valuable.
That first turnover since 2 minutes left in the first half, that's what upset John Barry. He was upset that there was no foul there. Instead, a fast break going the other way for Rogers and Martin. That led to a technical. We've got 6:04 left, and it's a three-point game.
Assemble for the call of the red clay. Call it tennis, but it becomes something else on one of the great stages in sport. The second Grand Slam, the French Open, begins Monday morning at 8 on ESPN2.
Shipping durability testing. Electrostatic surge simulation. Extreme environment performance analysis. Hey! Structural integrity. You name it, we do it. Over 11,000 hours of internal and external testing per Dell model. Harsh, but effective.
Right, that's why Dell is one rock-solid, reliable PC.
Can you imagine?
You have no idea.
Now you can get a Dimension desktop with a 17-inch monitor and an Intel Pentium 4 processor for just $499 after mail-in rebate. Call or go online now, and you'll get free shipping. And check out our new notebooks. You're not just getting quality, you're getting a Dell.
And now over here, the torsion chamber.
Rock solid PCs. Easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
John Barry walking through the Detroit huddle has calmed considerably during the timeout, but he wasn't before the timeout, as he did a little Bobby Knight thing there.
Inexcusable. Losing his mind.
Danny Manning trying to hold him back. He was all over the place defensively on the previous possession, and then when the Pistons came up with the ball, he took it down the other way, and the collision where there was no foul right here is what led to John's outburst after he jumped up. And he says something right about there is where the technical came in.
John is so fired up and wants to play so badly. Gets so few minutes these days, just 11. When he finally does get a chance, it doesn't go his way, and he loses his mind.
Harris at the free throw line as we check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Byron Scott said in that huddle, the same defensive pressure we've been applying the last couple of minutes is what we have to stick with. And three other things. Allow no layups, no dribble penetration, and keep rebounding the basketball, Brad.
Remember, on Sunday, with 26 seconds left in the third quarter, Detroit had a 10-point lead. They had an 11-point lead at 69-58. It's now 79-77 as New Jersey is coming back much like they did in the fourth quarter just 2 days ago. Williamson, long left hand for Corliss.
Showing why he was the sixth man of the year last season. New Jersey continues their incredible dominance on the glass, 48-31.
Kenyon Martin's got the same amount of points as the whole team. And the foul is going to be 4 on Robinson.
Byron Scott was fixing to jump out of his suit on that one. He said, no, wait a minute. He took my guy's arms off.
He knows how tenuous this is. And he has come in here before when he was a member of the Lakers on one of the great teams of all time. Had a chance at another championship. And just injuries to both Byron and to Magic Scott. Magic Johnson turned everything around.
Jason Kidd's first trip to the free throw line tonight was unsuccessful. Trying to cut a 4-point lead to 3, does with a second. 15 for Kidd.
Not good when you're at the 5-minute, 30-second mark of the fourth quarter and Jason Kidd is taking his first free throws of the night. Detroit has lived in the line tonight as they've been the ones who have taken it to the rim.
They back off Wallace. Rip Hamilton open momentarily. In and out. Corliss Williamson with the offensive rebound. Billups, 3. And now it's Rodney Rogers and a quick outlet to Kidd.
Nice D. Way to stay in front of him.
Kidd blocked by Wallace.
The team defense. Chauncey Billups reaching down low, forcing Jason Kidd into a double clutch situation, and the big man coming over Wallace to poke it away. Jefferson back into the lineup for Byron Scott.
4th block shot of the night for Wallace, his 45th of the playoffs.
8 is a team for Detroit, block shots.
Getting to Kenyon Martin out of his mind right now.
Kidd, he'll take a 3. And who's going to get the rebound? Detroit comes out of the pile with Chauncey Billups. He slows things down. 4:38 left in the ball game. 81-78, 3-point game Pistons.
Clifford Robinson's got Jason Kidd on it. Take it down low.
He tried to take it inside and had it stripped out of there.
Byron Scott coming with Lucius Harris down the stretch as Kerry Kittles hasn't been able to deliver.
Kenyon Martin.
Ben Wallace was there. He forced that miss and got the rebound. What a player.
And Wallace offensively fouled by Collins.
That's one of those ones when you end up under the rim, you're saying, somebody foul me. Somebody please foul me.
And somebody shoot my free throws for me.
You're right there, just taking it strong, and that was going to be a tough make. And Jason Collins probably would have been better off letting him go.
Actually, Ben's hit his last 2 free throws at that time. He is 3 for 6 from the stripe.
Yeah, watch his free throw stroke. It's not a bad stroke. It's not an ugly stroke. Good release, good arm action, and just, I don't know. It's not something you look at and go, wow, no wonder he can't shoot. I see him out here warming up 4 games, making 17-footers, 15-footers, mostly confident.
Kidd got it to go. Chance to tie the game.
When you speak of confidence, Jason Kidd, who really hasn't played well since early in the game, all of a sudden has his team on the edge of just pushing the Pistons over.
Remember, he was 5 of 18 until there was 1.4 seconds left on Sunday. And he has just tied the game at 81.
Detroit has to win this game. If they don't, they have no chance in the series.
Statistically, that would normally be the case. It is very lopsided in the way of the team taking 2 straight. Rip Hamilton, he doesn't want it to get to that point. Hamilton with 24. 3.5 to play. Brad Nessler, Bill Walton, Tom Tolbert, Michelle Tafoya, David Aldridge, Mike Tirico, and Sean Elliott. All with you from the Palace. Martin lost the handle, found it again, and scored again.
I love his use of the inside pivot right now. He's identifying the defender each and every time. It's a different guy, and he is just torching whatever they come with.
Kenyon Martin, 16 in the quarter, 25 for the game. We are under 3 minutes, even at 83.
You got to look to Richard Hamilton running the baseline.
There he is. He tried to give it back to Robinson, and it ricocheted off his hands. Rip Hamilton has been the man tonight for Detroit. He tried to come up with an assist on the last play. He's got 24 points. He waded his way through the traffic on that one. But the man of the night for the Nets has been Kenyon Martin. 16 of his 25 in this fourth stanza. And he's drawn the Nets even at 83.
Hello.
Hey, it's Susie. I'm in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by.
I don't know if that's a good idea. My place is kind of,
I got some Bud Light.
Come on up.
Nice place.
Thanks. I'll put this in the fridge. Make yourself at home.
Okay.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
A bowling ball.
Make it a Bud Light. You ready for this?
I was made for this.
On June 6th.
Let's see what this thing can do.
It's not what you drive.
We settled this on the blacktop.
It's how you live.
I got a problem with authority.
Too fast, too furious. Rated PG-13.
When you can get the best of wireless without a contract, that's M Life. Go Phone, only from AT&T Wireless.
The first time face-off. Mario Andretti.
Come on, cheater.
Bobby Unser.
That's another blatant lie.
Who really won the 81 Indy 500? You decide. Classic Big Ticket. 7 p.m. Saturday only on ESPN Classic.
Tonight on SportsCenter, we return to Motown to break down Game 2. Two superstars are down, but for how long? Annika gets set for the Colonial, and who's putting their best foot forward for LeBron? SportsCenter after the game, ESPN. Motown from Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. With 2:52 remaining in regulation, New Jersey and Detroit deadlocked at 83. Nets with the ball. Another great fourth quarter for the Nets, much like Sunday. Most of the fourth quarter has been the guy that's got the ball right now, Kenyon Martin. That one short, though, and Wallace has his 19th rebound.
The stretch of the left hand, the snatch. That is a rebound.
Rip Hamilton collides inside and offensive foul.
You asked for defensive rotation. You got it.
Smart play. Smart play by a smart player. Jason Collins knows that Rip Hamilton wants to go baseline, and he beat him to the spot. Now, the Pistons got to do a good job here at not only initial stop, but they've been getting just killed on the offensive glass. 19 offensive rebounds for the Nets so far tonight.
They got to quit turning the ball over, too.
Pistons had a quarter when they didn't turn it over at all, and you don't want to turn it over in the fourth. Kenyon Martin's missed back-to-back shots. We're still tied at 83. Now 2 minutes left. Billups, pull-up jumper. Got it!
He makes it look so easy. Why didn't he do that every time? He's got guys who are willing screeners and effective ones in Wallace, Robinson, and Williamson.
Chauncey Billups' biggest shot of the night comes with just under 2 minutes left, giving his team a 2-point lead. Jason Kidd's got the answer coming the other way. 85 apiece. Little backcourt pressure now from the Nets.
Surprise, caught him off guard.
I'd go right back to him.
Not a lot of guys on this Detroit team want to dribble the ball other than Chauncey Billups.
A minute and a half left from the Palace. Detroit trying to even the series.
Got him. Jeez.
Robinson. The hook doesn't go. Kidd's got the rebound, and he's got the burners going. To Jefferson. And a foul. And Kidd comes over immediately as if to say to Richard Jefferson, don't say a word about drawing the foul. It was a pretty hard one by Ben Wallace.
It's so loud in here, Richard Jefferson can't hear the whistle. He's fouled a number of times.
Actually, it wasn't Wallace. It was Billups on the swipe going by. That's 4 on Billups. Jefferson missed the free throw. Still even at 85. Deafening noise as Jefferson knocked down his first point of the quarter to give his team a 1-point lead. 1:18 remaining from the Palace at Auburn Hills. New Jersey Nets on the road leading Detroit 86-85.
Well, it's really good.
You were so cute when you met my dad for the first time.
Oh, he's real big. He's like 6'6", and he's got a beard. He looks like Abe Lincoln.
Oh, dear.
I need to go to the men's room. You want to come with me?
Sure.
Your hair looks great tonight.
Thanks, just got it done.
Did you bring a comb?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's shampoo? Try new Suave for Men Deep Cleaning Shampoo. Get your hair just as clean as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
One pizza, one pizzone.
What's a pizzone? The Pizzone. It's back at Pizza Hut. Now get any large pizza for your family and get a pizzone of your own for only $2.99.
What's a pizzone?
It's a big taste in a big folded pizza crust filled with cheese and luscious ingredients like pepperoni or fresh veggies. Everything deliciously sealed inside and baked to perfection, plus marinara sauce. Just $2.99 when you buy any large pizza at regular price. No one makes the whole family happy like Pizza Hut.
So this is a pizzone.
It's not reservations, it's not double dating, it's guys' night out. It's not appetizers, it's not figure skating, it's guys' night out. It's not playing checkers, it's not clean and shaven, it's guys' night out. It's not opera singers, it's not guys behaving, it's guys' night out. It's guys' night out.
With a digital widescreen TV from Philips, everybody gets a better picture.
Reminder, tomorrow night, more NBA action on TNT, Dallas and San Antonio. That's game 2 at 8:30. Thursday night, we'll start things off at 8 with the 2003 NBA Draft Lottery. Then game 3 of this series on ABC at 8:30. Saturday on ABC, the LA Sparks and Connecticut Sun in the WNBA at 4 o'clock on ABC. A minute 18 remaining in this one, a 1-point New Jersey Nets lead. Only 7 of 165 teams have ever come back to win series in a best-of-7 after being down 2-0. Detroit doesn't want that staring at them. Williamson inside, rule a foul.
If you can overpower Kenyon Martin in the zone that he's already in, you've got something going for you. Corliss Williamson just pulling his way.
Well, watch Kenyon Martin. You have to understand, after the second bump, he's going to back off, and he's going to let you shoot that. He'll battle you, and then try to back off, hoping that you'll lose balance. And if you don't understand that, you're going to lose balance.
Corliss Williamson is 3 of 5 from the free throw line. And he missed another. They missed 4 of their last 6 free throws, remember, guys, on Sunday afternoon, and it killed them.
On the game on Sunday, they missed 10 free throws and lost by 2 points at home, getting outscored by 10 points in the final quarter.
Got the second one.
Back to your point of the only 17 coming back from down 2-0. How many have come back from down 2-0 at home? Like Detroit would be in if they lose this game today.
Under a minute, tied at 86. Martin's been the man this quarter for the Nets. Jefferson got Corliss Williamson in the air, and he drew a foul.
Well, that's just not a good matchup on the perimeter. Corliss Williamson trying to guard Richard Jefferson. Good job at getting him up in the air and just got a little bit of body contact sending him to the free throw line.
But when New Jersey sees this matchup, as Carlisle has come with the three big bruisers across the front, Jason Kidd should just orchestrate some movement without the ball for Richard Jefferson. Just start curling off screens. Corliss Williamson can't chase him on the perimeter.
Jefferson hit his first. He got them both. Jefferson with 9, but 2 key free throws right there gives his team a 2-point lead. Final 40 seconds right now. Phillips almost turned it over himself.
Face him up.
Williamson backing in on Collins. Bulls his way in the paint. Missed the shot. Jefferson the rebound. And now Jason Kidd's got it with 25 seconds left.
They got a foul here. There's not enough time. They're going to wait and have 3 seconds if they get the rebound.
Well, you can call the timeout and move it up to half court. I don't think you foul. If they make 2, game's over. You certainly can't foul now.
Final 10 seconds. Nets lead 88-86. Jason Kidd won the game on Sunday. He missed that shot.
Nice
Nets got a hand on it. And let's see, 1.5 seconds remaining. Timeout.
What a tip by Lucius Harris. Tried to keep it in.
Sunday, there was 1.4 seconds left in a 2-point game. Tuesday, 1.5 seconds left. 2-point game.
But no Tayshaun Prince, no Okur to come in here for that lob play. What offensive scheme is Rick Carlisle coming with?
Well, I think we understand now after watching what happened in Game 1. 1.4 seconds with Mehmet Okur underneath. You're going to watch this. This is 1.4 seconds. The tip, the gather, and the shot clock, actually the game clock didn't expire until the ball was almost all the way over the rim. You're going to watch the red light go off. You don't really see it there. But from that, what you understand is you got time for one dribble.
Yeah.
You don't have to catch it and just chuck it up there. If you want, or you can pump fake your guy, get him up in the air, and then shoot. You know, when they put 1.8 on the shot clock, you have time here for a dribble if you want it.
Okur is a rookie, though. Let's not put inordinate pressure and responsibility on this guy who's just getting started.
This is an eternity compared to what they had Sunday. 1.8 left.
Looks like they're coming with Tayshaun Prince here, who will probably be the inbounder once again.
He drew a perfect pass.
He's got size to be able to throw over a rangy defender who I would assume that Byron Scott would put on the inbounder.
Here's who Detroit's going to come with. Phillips, Tayshaun Prince. It'll be Rip Hamilton, Corliss Williamson, and John Barry's coming in.
This is not a group that you can lob to.
These are jump shooters. 1.8 left. Nets, can they go home? Up 2-0. And now that there's been a look at who's out there, Byron Scott calls a timeout.
Well, in a situation like this, I always love the back pick. Because when you set a back pick on somebody, the guy that's getting picked feels like he's getting beat. So he rotates off and he spins, and then the guy has to help. So the guy that back pick generally gets an open look at the bucket.
Stu Scott and Rich Eisen standing by with Sports Center. Fellas, we'll get it to you. It could be in 1.8 seconds. It could be in a half an hour. We're not sure yet.
Of course, if I'm New Jersey, I'm switching every pick right here. I switch everything and do not let them get an open look.
And Byron Scott has come with a big lineup of Martin and Collins. Collins will pressure the inbounder, Tayshaun Prince.
You'll know in less than 2 seconds whether Detroit ties this game up and maybe ties the series. Prince looking to get it in. And now has to call a timeout and just barely got a timeout. And now Detroit out of timeouts.
Chauncey Billups is saying, well, what? Are you going to let him just grab me and hold me? Because Chauncey Billups actually came up the middle and tried to set that back pick, but he was being grabbed around the waist. 1.8 seconds left. Don't expect any freebies.
Jason Kidd is arguing for a traveling violation on the inbound pass as Tayshaun Prince is he moving his feet up the lane towards half court.
You hit Chauncey Billups in the middle of the screen right there. He's saying, come on now.
Well, this is another try at it, but no timeouts. No way to stop it now for Prince. Barry, Rip Hamilton, Corliss Williamson, and Billups. Tayshaun Prince gets it into Chauncey Billups. No foul call. Game's over. The Nets win it. Billups trying to draw a foul. None called. And a shocked Rick Carlisle, and the Detroit Pistons are down in a 2-0 hole. And the crowd livid at the Palace. Baby! As they did Sunday, the Pistons lose by 2 at home. Here's another look, guys, at the final 1.8.
Jason Kidd closing out on him.
That's not a foul.
That's not a foul. That's not even close to a foul right
Kept
there.
his hand straight in front of Billups.
He gets his own space.
You cannot play better defense than what Jason Kidd and his net teammates did right there.
You're entitled to your space as a defender. Just as long as you don't bring your hands down across the offensive player's hands, that's not a foul. And his hands, you'll see right here clearly, hands are straight up in the air. Now,
Jason Kidd has always been known as a defender who's called out that he wants the other team's best player who's on fire so that he can have the responsibility of shutting them down, and he did it one more time. The Nets, 2-0.
2 away from tearing down the Nets. They're going to go home now. They tore up the Palace. They only won each of them by 2, but a huge victory for New Jersey and a devastating loss for the Detroit Pistons at home. Best of 7 Eastern Conference, 2-0 New Jersey now. Our final score, the Nets 88, the Pistons 86. Sports Center coming up next. Stu Scott and Rich Eisen will be along. Right now, for Mike Tirico, Sean Elliott, Jim Gray, Michelle Tafoya, David Aldridge, Tom Tolbert, and Bill Walton. I'm Brad Nessler. The Nets are going home up a huge 2 with a 2-point win here tonight.